the people will wail. They will remember you forever. And that is what that post meant. Like I said, I don't really need to prove empathy. But today, when I woke up and saw that news, it was like another justice, right? Because no matter what all our politicians do, I hope today is a stark, not a stark, that's the wrong term. I hope today is sort of like an insight into how they will be remembered. And guess what? I hate to kind of break it to you. They may not give a damn, because right now all they want to do is just enjoy this life and accumulate for their children. And their children's children and their children. I can say and their children's children till tomorrow. So yeah, say what you will. Anybody that knows me well knows that I say what's on my mind and I keep it moving. So, next on the list, T-Pain. How far?
DJ Switch. Speaking from, the position of a victim of a system, all she did wrong was to join others to demand for a better Nigeria. And then they became a target. They were treated like terrorists. They were treated like the enemy of the country, while the real enemies of the country are whining and dining in the cozy corners of the government houses across Nigeria, unfortunately. So that is a victim. But do you know that guy that, I'll leave you something, the guy that recently resigned from Tifnubu's government or regime? You remember him? Don't worry, I'll bring him back to your screen in a minute. He is among those who were with Buhari too. And in fact, he was one of the northerners who were the Sai barbarians at the time that also got a presidential appointment to work with Buhari or within their presidency at the time. Working with, getting reappointed by Tifnubu is by that same standard. Do you understand? Now, do you know what this guy said? He said that Nigerians who are angry with Buhari, they are killing Nigerians in that kind of like large number, could have been prevented if the people, if they had heeded the call of Buhari that every one of them should go back home and their demands will be met. This guy went on TV this morning and he spewed this rubbish. He's a member of their coalition talk, by the way, because according to him, Tifnubu is not taking Nigeria anywhere. And he hasn't even met with Tifnubu since his appointment. He has never met with him like this. He was supposed to be special advisor to Tifnubu, but they've never met or have a one-on-one chat. Now, the guy was sounding like a repentant terrorist. Because any APC, Egbekegbe that you see, that claim that they are no longer APC and they are working to come and remove APC, you can class them as a repentant APC, which is repentant terrorist, by the way. So he is a repentant terrorist of this APC flock. And it's sounding like, oh, we need the better. But guess what? He's among of those who danced at Ilogu on the dead bodies of Nigerians that their soldiers slaughtered. He still blamed them in death in this video.
All right, now this I don't think it's even about a close relationship that I share with the late former president. I think it's about the knowledge of his person, you know, and I mean, it's okay that people have, you know, varying opinions about his death. The fact that they have an opinion alone, it means he evokes something in their subconsciousness. That's energy. You know, whatever direction the energy flow, any human whose death can evoke as much, you know, energy as is living, it's a human who lives forever. But I mean, I can tell you that you have always said it. I mean, all the way up until 2020 and beyond, I have been on national televisions, and I have always said that my greatest disappointment with my generation is how we are not taking responsibility to enlighten the generation after us, the Gen Zs. And you know, they are born very smart. I mean, if you are one of those who believe in spirituality, you know that they are smarter than the generations, you know, our generations and those ones we made. They are born that way. That's because they are said to be returning ancestors with a lot of knowledge. But the one thing they don't have the patience to do is to dig back into history and make a decision for themselves from facts, and not carried on opinions of people who didn't have access to information, let alone fact, most times. And I mean, I'll pick one instance in in the late former President Muhammadu Buhari's lifetime, especially when he was in office. You know, I'll pick the incidents of October 2020. Then I'll draw it backward into July, August, September, and even October. You know, it was everywhere that, you know, a lot of things were not right, just as it is today, just as it has always been. But a lot of young people wanted to act on emotions that were not theirs, emotions that were sold to them, unverified, and they acted on that. We were on national TV, we called for restraint. We asked for the young people to take a different approach, especially after the request had been met. If that had been taken in, before we talk about consequences of, I mean, can we look at, even God himself asked us to respect the laws of the land. I mean, you respect the laws. You met tradition. You can't fight tradition. You can't fight your nation. You don't have to like President Muhammadu Buhari, but as the president of over 200 million souls, he has the authority of God over them for that period. It doesn't have to be right, but he can be guided right by his followers. So I think most of the emotions are misplaced. And like I've known, I mean, in the times of Jesus, Anabi Isa alayhi salam wa salam, maybe peace be upon him, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Moses, all of the prophets in the books, no, people didn't believe in them in their time. I mean, a lot of Jews don't even believe Jesus was a prophet. I mean, they saw him as just a very solid follower of Moses. And he said it himself, that he didn't come to change the laws of his forefather, but he has only come to refine it. Time moves. We can't keep using expectation of yesterday to judge time. Let's appreciate the people we've met for keeping us. You know, it's the fact that we are not living from the point of gratitude that concerns me. If you wake up any Nigerian 60 years ago and stand him on the street of Lagos and Abuja, and just don't look at the cars, just look at human beings passing, you find out that the average human being has 1 or 2 telephones. These were people who were better than a lot of us in their time. They never had the opportunity of having a phone in their home, not even in their place of work, where they were so revered. We have everybody move around with telephones today. We do not appreciate life as it has evolved to our time, so that we can ask ourselves how we can make it better for ourselves and for people ahead. I think that's where we miss the point. But on days like this, it is not up to anybody. The energy will be evoked on earth because a good man has lived well and has been called by his creator. And nothing.
Ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyámà, ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. Ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyámà, ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
Nuisance lélẹ́yìí. Nuisance lélẹ́yìí. Nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
Komilesebo get a digital slap. Did you see his face? I had to type it in the comments, ask you that pay attention to his facial expression. 2020. the year that Bokwari and his co-travelers unleashed terror on southern Nigerians, while the northerners watched from far. And I'm not trying to say or downplay those of you who stood up in Abuja, in Kano, in all these places, right? I'm not downplaying your role. But Buhari and his gang, young people from Lagos to Ogun, to Ondo, to Ekiti, to Enugu, to Imo. Imo massacre was bloody. To River State, with the weakest massacring people in Obigbo. It was a killing spree that even lasted longer than the 20th of October 2020. The killings of Nigerians under the cover of this their NSAS stuff, right? The crackdown. They didn't stop on the 20th of October. They were still killing people on the 21st, 22nd, 24th, especially between 24th, from 24th and 28th of October 2020. Everyone who survived Obigbo massacre, who survived that, will tell you that you only know about Lekki toll gates. You have no idea of what they did elsewhere. It was that horrible. Did you see his face, the way he is? Because they all believed that they wanted to remove Buhari. So these were the guys who killed over 1,000 people in 2011 because Bokwari lost to Jonathan. So 2015 to 2020, 2019, 2020, to them, whether Bokwari is is a complete failure, they no care. You go finish it tenor. As the military were killing people, police were killing people, these Fulani terrorists, Hausa terrorists, on social media, they were threatening people that they will start killing the Igbos now. They will start killing the Yorubas now. It was mad. I don't know how old you are, and I don't know how much coronavirus probably affected you enough that this may be news to you. It's not news. It happened. And you see that his facial expression is to talking about is bringing back that rage and anger that it couldn't even make any sense. He's saying that we should be grateful that we have phones. Yeah? That the Gen Z are intelligent. But at the same time, they are allowing them to be misled. Misled for asking for a system that works. Then he went on to talk about Jesus. Talk about this. This is the mofo. These are the mofos that surround seat of power in Nigeria. You will be you will marvel. And then you can understand why this contraption, this fake contraption, is nearing its end. It's just a matter of time. I told you I can do it. And Timmy, say your own mind.
Hello, my people. About the previous video I made, right on my page here. Many people come for me, Emilokan people come for me simply because I say Baba Tinubu is going, Baba Blue is going, Bulaba is going. Of course, yes. I'm not taking back my word. Baba Blue is going come 2027. He's going to be kicked out. That is how it is. Nigeria is not for one person. Nigeria is not for one set of gullible miscreants. Nigeria is for the intelligent one. People that are intelligent, we know that this government has failed us. Yeah, they have failed us. Let me quickly say this thing. I observed something. There are two sets of people that are supporting this Tinubu government. Two sets of people. One, the first set are the people that are selfishly okay. What did you mean? What did I mean by selfishly okay? They are okay on their own, but they still keep blind eye to all the evil, the things going on, insecurity, Everything, in fact, everything is messed up. They keep blind eye because they are not being affected. They are not being affected individually. They are not being affected. That is why they can afford it. So that is why I call them selfishly okay. They are very selfish people. And the second people, they are those ones that cannot even afford 3 square meal, but they are very shallow upstairs, block eggs people. Those people that are very sworn into tribalistic, everything in their life. They are living a locality life. They don't know what it is to run a government. All they just come out to shout is about their tribes. Many have been calling me names, saying all sorts of nonsense simply because I go against this.
We are a poor nation. The ban coal will follow. They say firewood not food. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, try shining, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They'll do it. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful again. A town hall different from Bulaba.
Anyway, the second group, as referenced by that lady, she was referring to this group. Shallow upstairs, shallow inside, shallow everywhere, and they are in their large numbers. In the last local government election in Lagos State, this one, Edith
Information reaching me now is that Inobiri himself had decided to put a big cow down. People are sharing it. People have shared it. And also, they have collected rice in package. They have collected gari in package. This is evidence. Show your PVC. Collect rice, collect malu, collect gari. You can see, and beans. In fact, this is APC doing it. See people doing it. Our councillor in this area, this is Ward E, Ikorodu local government. Incoming councillor is right beside the man. The man is not going to the polo. He's just doing it for the party. He's just doing it for the party. He has been doing it since the inception of campaign. This is another one. This will go far. Be expecting this on the internet very soon.
You are busy. See, Mayegun, I have this. If we want to change that Nigeria, I have a plan. We must make sure that, okay, we get Otiya Kolo. You better don't waste your time. Because not that your plan. A sachet of rice, sachet of tin tomato, no, sachet tomato, a drop of cooking oil, which is groundnut oil. All of these your sleepless night ideas of how to make Nigeria work. It will put all of that into I don't know, like, at least there is no harm in trying, they say. In Delta States. It's for your own good, though. They will tell you the name.
Hello, sir. Now, no, Chibolo, this. Motor hand.